Hello, this is Mr. K's, and this is 17.1b. 17.1b. We saw the beginnings of the Renaissance, where it began in northern Italy and why it began. Now we're going to continue and finish on 17.1b, finishing up the notes here. Renaissance revolutionizes art. New techniques. Following the new emphasis on individuals, painters began to paint prominent citizens. Well, these citizens might have had the money to be able to have portraits of themselves or their loved ones. Perspective became a technique that was rediscovered from Greek and Roman times. And for perspective, you can put down it was a 3D quality in their paintings or sculptures, 3D being three-dimensional. One such sculptor, Donatello, made sculpture more realistic by carving natural poses and expressions. You could put down with Donatello, his most famous sculpture is a carving of David, a Hebrew king. Renaissance painters, such as Masaccio, M-A-S-A-C-C-I-O, rediscovered that technique of perspective from the ancient Greeks and Romans. As we continue, you can see Leonardo Da Vinci is another Renaissance man. He was a painter, sculptor, inventor, and a scientist. You may not realize this, but he, as an inventor, invented the battle tank, the diving bell, he invented scissors, and he also invented a prototype helicopter. It never flew, but it wasn't too far off from what a real helicopter looked like. Two of Leonardo's most famous paintings were the Mona Lisa, with her enigmatic smile, and the Last Supper, a recreation of Jesus having the Last Supper with his disciples before he is arrested and crucified. Very beautiful, detailed paintings we see. Another Renaissance dude is Raphael. A favorite of Raphael's subjects was the Madonna and Child, Madonna being Mary, the mother of Jesus. And his greatest achievement was painting works for Pope Julius II's library, including the name of a painting, The School of Athens, that you see in your textbook. And the School of Athens portrays classical influence of the Renaissance. So in that portrait, you're going to see Greek and Roman themes. The last Renaissance dude is Michelangelo, Buonarroti. He just goes by Michelangelo. He excelled in almost every area of study. He was a painter, sculptor, architect, and poet. His most famous works were painting the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, S-I-S-T-I-N-E, Sistine Chapel, the sculpture of David, his own take on that you see in your textbook, and then he is associated with the dome of St. Peter's Basilica, being the architect of that. You can see that on all these on page 420 if you refer to that. Women painters. My golly, we do have women painters. One is Sophonisba Anguissola. You don't have to write this down. She was the first woman to gain international reputation for her portrait paintings, Sophonisba Anguissola. And another one, Artemisia Gentileschi. She trained with her painter father. At a time when no men would train women, she was able to figure out brush strokes and colors and mixing of paints, and she portrayed strong, heroic women. You don't have to put those gals down, but you see them in your textbook. Sophonisba Anguissola, Artemisia Gentileschi. Are you impressed with my Italian? Yeah, right. Well, I had to practice that for a long period of time. Renaissance writers changed literature. At a time when many writers still wrote in Latin, some wrote in vernacular. Vernacular means one's native language. Now, guys like Dante wrote in Italian. That was his native language, not Latin, but Italian. Big deal. Well, He writes in a very self-expressive language that would appeal to the people that we're reading. So Dante wrote like the Divine Comedy in Italian. It was very expressive. Another writer is Machiavelli. Niccolo Machiavelli, is a pioneer. He wrote a book called The Prince, and it was a political guidebook for rulers. I consider it like politics for dummies. In it, he writes that a prince, to be strong and shrewd, should set aside his morals for political effectiveness. Please write this down for Machiavelli. The ends justify the means. I don't care how you have to what you have to do to get there. Get there. Lie, steal, cheat, murder would be okay if you're going to get power and hold on to it, because the people are fickle, they're not loyal to you, and they're ignorant. So why should you cater to them? Get power any way you can. The ends justify the means. Women writers tended to focus on personal subjects. Women are more in touch with their inner feelings, and so their focus is on personal subjects. Vittoria Colonna wrote poems and sonnets in which she was very celebrated. Well, I know I went fast, but those are examples of Renaissance arts, including sculpture, painting, political philosophy, and also writing. This is Mr. K's. I'm out.